The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome. I'm Carol Kidu Jr. with the news. In this edition, systems launched to improve service delivery, lawyers walk in rule of law march, and hunters hope for a back-to-back win. The Department of Lands and Physical Planning has marked a historic milestone with the launch of modern systems designed to transform land administration in Papua New Guinea. The new initiatives include the country's first online platform, improved service delivery systems, and the introduction of electronic land titles. These changes aim to replace outdated manual processes with efficient, transparent, and credible systems that better serve the public.
The Department of Lands and Physical Planning has faced serious challenges over the years: corruption, missing files, duplicate titles, and declining public confidence that led to the introduction of the reform. When Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Lands and Physical Planning John Rosso took office, top on his agenda was to address this. Under his leadership, the department carried out extensive consultations with banks, investors, the private sector, law reform experts, and authorities to introduce this reform to restore trust and transparency to the department. Last night, the department announced the introduction of the new electronic strata title and e-title system, which will help reduce fraud and eliminate fake land titles.
Tonight marks a major milestone for Papua New Guinea and for the future of land administration in our country. This is not simply the launch of a new legal framework. It is clear evidence that reform in land administration is now producing real and visible results. When I first started in Lands Department, I walked in 2019. I walked in there, you hear about everything about lands, the corruption, the loss of paperwork, the filing, missing titles, forging of signatures. And I scratched my head. If I had any hair, it'd probably all be gone.
Ross also thanks stakeholders, Department Secretary Benjamin Samson, and staff for their tireless efforts in bringing the reform this far. The new initiative includes the country's first online platform, improved service delivery systems, and the introduction of electronic land titles. Jasmine Rajak, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape has introduced a major reform bill in Parliament aimed at improving accountability and performance across the public service. The PM Amendment Bill 2026 will see more powers being vested on the Chief Secretary to discipline departmental heads and provincial administrators. 25th sitting, the Prime Minister said the proposed amendment to the Prime Minister Act 2002 is part of the government's Reset at 50 agenda. He told Parliament the country has long struggled with implementing policies despite strong plans and large national budgets.
Papua New Guinea has never lacked plans, Mr. Speaker, but we have lacked systematic implementation and a check on those implementations.
The bill focuses on strengthening the role of the Chief Secretary to ensure government decisions are carried out effectively across all departments. The Prime Minister said many public service directives are currently ignored with little consequence for non-compliance.
The Chief Secretary is expected to ensure delivery, yet lacks clear statutory powers to enforce compliance when departments fail to act.
Under the proposed changes, performance of department heads will be measured using clear benchmarks and key performance indicators, with regular reporting made mandatory. The reforms also introduce enforcement provisions, meaning failure to perform could lead to suspension or removal from office. The Prime Minister stressed that the amendments will not override the roles of ministers or the National Executive Council, but instead ensure better coordination and accountability within the public service. He said the ultimate goal is to deliver real results for the people, not just policies on paper. The bill is now before Parliament for further debate as the government pushes to strengthen service delivery systems across the country. Parliament has heard a strong call to reform Papua New Guinea's public service after 50 years of independence. Sir Arno Pala, member for Rigo, says systems are failing and must be reset to serve the people effectively. Pala made these remarks during the debate on the Prime Minister's Amendment Bill 2026. Sir Arno Pala highlighted how loopholes and lowered standards over the decades have weakened the public service. He says politicians alone cannot fix the system. Accountability must start at the top, with the Chief Secretary empowered to ensure results.
Mr. Speaker, after 50 years now, from 1975 to now, we have had the experience of 50 years of what has happened. We are here because of what has happened in the last 50 years. We can go and analyze it. Why are we here? How did we get here? We are here because of the systems we have set up.
He shared practical examples like failed rice production projects, where knowledge alone wasn't enough without proper accountability.
I'll give you an example. 15 years ago, Sepuka and I wanted to do rice. We worked very hard to put a program in place so that we can grow rice in this country. It somehow was blocked, so I said I will go and find somebody to grow rice.
Sir Arno says the government is now creating systems to hold public servants accountable, letting politicians provide policy and vision while ensuring delivery on the ground. After 5 decades, Papua New Guinea is taking steps to strengthen institutions, tighten standards, and make public service work for its people. On the other hand, Deputy Opposition Leader and Member for Chuave, James Nomane, has questioned the government's proposed reforms, warning they may create more problems than solutions.
Channel all the powers of...
Speaking in Parliament on March 25th, Nomane raised concerns about plans to give more authority to the Chief Secretary to oversee senior public servants across the country. He said with 39 cabinet ministers, 22 provincial administrators and dozens of department heads, the workload would be too large for one office to manage effectively.
But if you channel all the powers of that responsibility to the Chief Secretary, he can't practically do that in one day.
Nomane argued that ministers and governors should retain the power to directly supervise and discipline their departments rather than shifting responsibility upward. He warned that the proposed changes could weaken the role of the National Executive Council and make governance more complicated.
So we will be making the whole system of government more convoluted and more inefficient through this legislation. Although I commend the Prime Minister on the intent to get results on the ground, because we're all aware, Mr. Speaker, that the road to hell is littered with good intentions, and what matters is results, results, results.
The Chuave MP also highlighted deeper issues within the public service, including political influence in appointments and poor performance standards. He said billions of kina are spent on public servants each year, yet results remain below expectations.
So that's something that I think has to be expanded and then just made expressly clear in the amendment, Mr. Speaker. I've already commented on the time ineffectiveness of this amendment, that it'll just not be practical for the Chief Secretary to crack the whip on underperforming public servants. So we should really take a long, hard look at ourselves, Mr. Speaker, and talk about how public servants get appointed in the first place, where we have continued to apply one-talkism, nepotism, and all manners of standards rather than meritocracy. And this is why the system is only good as the people in it, Mr. Speaker.
Nomane is calling for stronger accountability, including regular performance checks and decisive action against underperforming officials. He says real reform should focus on results and responsibility, not just structural changes in government systems. In receiving a copy of the media inquiry report yesterday, President of the PNG Media Council, Neville Choi, has highlighted the importance of collaboration and implementation.
From the Council's perspective, I think what the report shows is that we are, as you said, at a watershed time of the media. And I think this report would be the catalyst to see a stronger foundation for the media, a stronger pathway for training of journalists, and most importantly, the protection of media personnel while they're doing their jobs. I think it must be said that this has never happened in most countries before, where there's a parliamentary committee that has done its work and has been open to understanding what the media is all about. And I think that signals that there is a collaboration of sorts between industry and government. And I think we all work towards the same end, and that is to help and grow and develop our people, whether it's through the economy and the state of the country, or whether it's through protecting them when they're on social media or when they're engaging with themselves or doing business, or at least understanding how to be more effective when they're interacting on social media. And I thank the committee, the chairman, the hard work that your team has made, and I think it is true that now we do have a lot of work ahead of us, and a lot of work that includes the involvement and engagement of not just the media, but all state agencies that are involved in this.
Yep.
The PNG Law Society hosted the Rule of Law March this morning, bringing together lawyers who marched in solidarity from the MRDC House to APEC House in downtown Port Moresby. This year's theme was promoting high ethical standards in the legal profession and upholding justice and the rule of law.
Papua New Guinea lawyers march in solidarity as part of the Rule of Law March, underscoring the importance of upholding the rule of law and reaffirming shared dedication to building a society where the rule of law prevails. PNG Law Society President Hubert Namani emphasized the importance of a uniting legal professions in order to protect the Constitution and ensure that democratic institutions remain accountable and effective.
Not just as lawyers, but as custodians of the Constitution and defenders of the rule of law in Papua New Guinea. 2 years ago, we began this march with a simple but powerful vision that the legal profession must stand publicly and collectively for the rule of law. Today, that vision has become a movement. We march in March.
He said rule of law is not measured by the number of laws passed. Rather, it is measured by enforcement, prosecution, and convictions.
Investigate, prosecute, and secure convictions for serious offenses, then the law does not operate as law. It operates as a suggestion. And when the law becomes a suggestion, justice is replaced by power, and the strong will always prevail over the weak.
The President also raised concerns about legislative developments by executive power, reducing judicial oversight and weakening parliamentary accountability. He therefore called on lawyers to actively defend the Constitution, noting that the profession plays a central role in shaping legislation and safeguarding democratic systems.
Duty. We must not be spectators. We are the officers of the court. We are the defenders of justice. We are the guardians of the Constitution. But we must also hold ourselves accountable. There is no rule of law without ethical lawyers. The public must trust that we do not misuse client funds, we do not mislead the courts, we provide advice that is ethically grounded and consistent with the Constitution and the rule of law, and we do not facilitate wrongdoing in any form.
Founding father of the PNG Constitution, Dr. John Momis, encouraged the lawyers to fully understand the importance of the 5 national goals and directive principles and effectively enforce these goals and principles in their line of duty.
Also, directive principles of our Constitution are integral human development, a holistic development, equality and participation, national sovereignty and self-reliance, natural resources and environment, and PNG, Papua New Guinea ways. These are the national goals of our Constitution. In fact, they are social goals. I personally was responsible for including these goals. And they are unique. The PNG national goals are a unique feature of our Constitution. They are not found in any other constitution in the world.
Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
You're watching TV1 News. When we come back, Bulalo power upgrade and new facilities help girls stay in school.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, na mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
Welcome back. A brighter, more reliable future is on the horizon for the Bulalo district as work officially began this week on the Bayune Zenak Power Reliability Project. This 4-month initiative, led by the PNG Power Team and contractor PNG Forest Product, is dedicated to transforming the local electricity grid. By upgrading the existing lines to high-capacity 33 kV system, the project aims to end the era of frequent power fluctuations and provide a stable foundation for 1,000 homes and local businesses along the corridor. While some scheduled outages may occur during the 4-month construction window, the long-term result will be significantly more resilient network with fewer maintenance-related disruptions. In a rural community in South Bougainville is making sure young girls in her school are always in class by providing sanitary pads to them. With new ablution blocks opened late last year in Konga Primary School, studies for female students have been made easier as young girls no longer miss classes.
For years, students at Konga Primary School face daily challenges accessing clean water and proper sanitation. Although a flowing creek is nearby, many walk far to use the toilet and drink water, often missing classes. Health and hygiene teacher Colleen Karai has been distributing sanitary pads to young girls there. Karai mentioned that before ablution blocks were built in Konga Primary School, students, especially young girls, had a difficult time with water, sanitation and hygiene.
For this project, we used to have only 2 VIP toilets for the girls and then one for the boys. Okay, so those are the only 3 toilets. The population over 400 students, they use those toilets. Yeah. Okay, so it was quite a problem. Like maybe most of the times during the day, it's like crowded long. Or now we are much more better than before these ones. Like now we have the pads, and during the day, for especially the younger girls, they come to me, and then I give them the pads, and they go in there, and they get changed during the days.
In October 2025, access to proper toilets and water became easier, thanks to funding support from the European Union under the South Bougainville WASH project. New ablution blocks were opened, bringing clean water and proper sanitation closer to students. Now, more than 400 students at Konga Primary School are enjoying improved learning conditions.
To put up an ablution block for Konga Primary School. And based on the total population of this school, we decided to make it a much bigger facility, unlike the other 19 schools. So for Konga, we decided the design was based on the size of the population, in which a total of 2 male, one male shower and female shower, and two female ablution, not ablution, but 2 female septic flush toilets were installed, unlike the other schools.
Also, it's like an eye-opener to the students in rural places like this. So now it's like a turning point for the students now. This year there is more improvement, like in their learning, they are trying their best. Maybe this thing, bring him some kind idea like, oh, we are now coming to a standard, like, make him all, they have to work hard.
Karai is encouraging young girls not to shy away, but to seek help from female teachers when they need sanitary pads and not to go home during school class time. Jasmine Rujak, TVWAN News.
Away from the school, parents have been urged to ensure their children access clean drinking water. Colleen Karai, health and hygiene teacher, was concerned that while children access clean water in school, it could be a different story back in their homes.
Clean water is, we would say, it's a life. If you don't have clean water, then all the family, they wouldn't be safe. So every one of us, we need clean water so that our family should be safe. We have the best hygiene so that children can go to school as well.
A major boost for education in Eastern Highlands Province as Goromeka Elementary School in Lower Asaro LLG has now been officially upgraded to a primary school, bringing hope to hundreds of rural students. The newly registered Goromeka Primary School will begin operations next year following the official presentation of its registration certificate by Provincial Education Director Wesley Albert. The event was witnessed by the Teaching Service Commission Advisor for Eastern Highlands Province, Francis Alua, along with district officials, school leaders, and members of the local community. For years, children from surrounding wards have faced long and dangerous journeys to attend school, walking miles and crossing fast-flowing rivers to reach nearby institutions. But with this new development, those struggles may soon be over.
We must think strong, work strong na kalabis na nupla school blo yumi. You look and talk with them, something will government, Larry Mehmet and make him. Now you start us on, now you spectate. Now I mean no time blo yumi must stop na spectate. And time blo yumi must come in, now you must participate. You must come in and take part. Long building school, blo good bla long or picking blo yumi. Now my generation become behind.
Mr. Albert also announced that a double classroom will be funded through school infrastructure grants and constructed this year in preparation for the new school intake. Representing the office of the Daulo MP, Executive Officer Aaron Hagen welcomed the milestone and praised the collaboration between education authorities and the district.
First location where the school beginning come logan all but of me in school this time now me come mangi osem or meri osem. Osem to thank you. Remember that Tintin you play it. No continue osem member plus Tintin program you yet you pa ma block man you stop. Thank you for my member. Why walking road play me? Come one tap and put him. Gravel one tap please you back man logan. So thank you. Was looking the Slavok. Honorable member being put over 5 million. We upgrading the road to Ogatal highway offset. Every school and staff, all basic services were coming to us.
Hagen also emphasized the importance of road access, acknowledging a 5 million Kina road project initiated by former MP Pogio Gahate, linking Goromeka to the Highlands Highway. The district has also committed further funding support for Kogi Junior Day High School with new facilities and equipment. With new classrooms, improved infrastructure, and better access, Goromeka Primary School is expected to transform education for children in this remote part of Daulo District. And now for the finance news. The Kina closed unchanged at $0.2316 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying $0.2241 $0.3218 Australian dollars, $0.1862 euro, and 35.53 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, cocoa and crude oil closed higher, while gold, coffee, palm oil, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with BSP's One Talk Wallet. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
To school with Colgate and Protex. Win big! Lots of great prizes to win for your school. To enter, use your favorite Colgate and Protex products. Keep all your empty packets, take them to school, and give them to your teacher. Visit the Colgate Pacific PNG Facebook page for more info on how to register. Win school supplies, sporting equipment, and more, all for your school with Colgate and Protex. Promotion ends March 31st, 2026.
Why? Bakit ba pa si Arya?
Auntie, bangka koksim. David Loran. You think you passed it? Sparks, it's in me.
The Great Crusade of Power and Miracles with Bishop Randall, who has traveled to many nations preaching the Word of God. Now he is coming to Papua New Guinea straight from Australia to minister on Resurrection Sunday, only one day even at 9 a.m. at Sir John Guy's Outdoor Stadium. Bring your family to be at the foot of the cross, and also you will be receiving a free bottle of the blessed oil. Call us now, 7422-9960 or 7899-8678.
Here we go, ladies and gents. Josh James gets us underway. Shapes the kick, goes himself, makes a break straight through the middle. Still the fifth tackle here. Plants the ball down. Sunny Wabo Lama. Good hands down the touchline.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Police Minister Sir John Pundari has congratulated the young men and women who passed out at the Bomana National Centre of Excellence yesterday. This group, which included 41 female officers, is Recruit Intake 1 of 2025. Police Minister Sir John Pundari said the graduates representing all 21 provinces are central to the constabulary's strategic vision to expand 10,000 personnel by 2030, ensuring stronger service to Papua New Guinea and its regional partners. The minister reminded the recruits that as police officers, they will be the most visible symbol of statehood and guardians of public trust. He urged them to resist negative influences such as beer, betel nut, and ill discipline, and to set a higher standard of discipline, visibility, and leadership in policing. Pundari emphasized that the success of these recruits depends on consistent support from headquarters. He called on Commissioner Manning and his management team to ensure professionalism extends beyond the parade ground and the National Police Headquarters, with equitable deployment across the country, particularly to provinces that have invested in police housing but remain underserved. He further stressed the critical need for the timely provision of uniforms, logistics, and equipment, not only for new recruits, but for the existing rank and file nationwide. He added that by strengthening police numbers and ensuring they are properly equipped and led, it will help address the escalation of crime, enhance police visibility in both urban and rural areas, and restore public confidence in the rule of law. Turning abroad, the fuel crisis continued to take a toll in the Australian capital, with diesel prices soared to $3.15 a litre or more, while unleaded petrol remained above the $2.50 mark in many locations. It has prompted some to get creative.
Price hikes are getting baked in.
We've actually had a 9% fuel surcharge on from one of our suppliers.
Will you have to just charge your customers more?
Yeah, these charges will just have to be passed on to the customers.
From taxis and freight to concrete and pipes, fuel surcharges are becoming widespread as petrol prices soar.
We've seen some transport companies like the airlines as well as Uber announce that they're going to be increasing prices.
Your daily coffee could get more expensive as the hospitality industry is expected to start widely charging fuel surcharges on bills.
So the pass-through to people is going to be quite quick.
Online retail is also under pressure as Australia Post doubles its fuel surcharge on parcel deliveries for up to 30,000 business customers.
If it's an extra $1 to our cost for each order, that's a big cost to the business that we need to solve. And we know it's really tough for consumers. Interest rates went up recently as well. Now fuel's a big factor.
Storm clouds are clearly looming, with recession risks on the rise. AMP now says that there's a 30% chance of one happening here by next year.
If we see some slowing in demand, we could actually see rate cuts starting next year.
As business owners, borrowers and drivers hold on.
The Prime Minister called another emergency meeting with state and territory leaders to coordinate a national response to the ongoing fuel crisis. While the government insisted supplies were secure, more than 500 petrol stations have tonight run out of either diesel or petrol.
At the pump and in Parliament.
A plan is better than panic, and panic is where we're going.
Why the needless secrecy?
It's a national crisis. We need a national solution.
Under pressure, the Prime Minister's called a national cabinet meeting for Monday.
I want us to have the strongest possible plan so we're ready for what may come.
As the states still grapple with supply, more than 520 servos have run out of at least one type of fuel. New South Wales by far the hardest hit, followed by Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia and South Australia.
The fuel stocks are there. Pick up the phone and tell the companies to move the stocks. It's simple.
The shortages mostly caused by panic buying as Australians watch prices hit new highs. Unleaded today, $2.56 a litre. Diesel, $3.14. While confident supplies are secure for now, the states are demanding a national approach on measures like working from home and rationing if it gets to that.
We have to act in unison.
Any response to a shortening of supply should be a nationally coordinated one.
There is some tension between a federal government wanting to project a sense of calm and states wanting to lay the groundwork now for potential changes to come. Having learned the hard lessons from the COVID pandemic, premiers are openly calling for a far more coordinated approach this time around.
The end of the war in the Middle East can't come soon enough.
With cost of living on the rise, the government is pushing for a pay rise above inflation for the 3 million workers on the minimum wage, making a submission to the industrial umpire without nominating a figure. Inflation running at 3.7%, unions want a 5% increase in the minimum wage, businesses backing 3.5%.
We recognise that it is a volatile environment. That is why we haven't put a number on this.
Uncertainty abounds.
Electrical workers have been threatening to take industrial action at BHP sites across the Pilbara, claimed there were wildly different pay levels for exactly the same job. It would have been the first strike at a Pilbara mine operator in decades, with the resources sector having condemned any action as destructive and the opposition blamed federal Labor's industrial relations laws.
Is responsible for the electrical network powering BHP's vast Pilbara operations are threatening to down tools. They want the same pay for the same job.
There's up to a 30% discrepancy in their wages, depending on when they were hired in a boom or bust period, depends on what their wages and conditions are.
Union members have voted to take protected action after months of negotiations.
It's likely to go to action due to BHP's hubris attitude towards our negotiations.
There could be work stoppages between 15 minutes and 48 hours.
This is a time at which the mining sector and government are coming together to keep the economy running. And we have a union that's revelling in the chaos it's causing.
The union wants a base salary of $249,000, but the mining lobby argues it would actually double workers' total pay to $400,000 and drag the industry back to the strikes of the 1970s and 80s.
And now what we see is a return to those sorts of conditions and a threat to our global competitiveness.
It would be the first industrial action at BHP's Pilbara mines this century.
This will be one of the first of many to occur in the Pilbara.
BHP says it has plans in place to continue its operations in case there is industrial action, and says its focus remains on constructive negotiations with the union to maintain what it calls industry-leading pay and conditions.
Labor
have opened the door to this sort of union activity, which jeopardises the very industry that keeps our state and our country moving.
The Cook government is urging the parties to reach an agreement.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Peters named to lead Chiefs and Zionsville Nines kicked off on a high note today.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
Use our tools and condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banish him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
Join Digicel and enjoy the network that rewards you with a whole lot more. Activate a new Digicel prepaid SIM and get 2 gigs data plus 20 minutes free Digicel to Digicel talk for 3 months. Get your first month's reward instantly with no spend required. Spend 30 now more for your rewards in months 2 and 3. So what are you waiting for? Get your new SIM at any Digicel outlet or agent today and enjoy free talk and free data only with Digicel.
Sebastian Chris, he keeps it right. Back to Hudson Young. How about that one? Tamale's over for another. Trindle has got him covered. He's on the move and finds his way over. Floods, they'll take the line on and win. Stedman, welcome back to the NRL. Jaden Campson. Oh, beautiful pass again. The Dragons extend their lead through Jaden Sewer.
Welcome back. PNG will soon learn who the new head coach of PNG Chiefs will be, as the National Rugby League and Australia Rugby League Commission are reportedly closing in to unveil the name of the inaugural Chiefs coach in the coming days. There was a three-way battle between Brad Arthur, Jason Demetriou and Willie Peters, all credible coaches with proven track record, with Peters given the nod to lead the new club into the NRL in 2028. Peters is expected to sign his contract in the next 48 hours, with the formal announcement expected to follow next week. Peters is currently the coach of Hull Kingston Rovers. PNG Hunters are chasing another win this weekend when they face off the Redcliffe Dolphins tomorrow at Kayo Stadium, Redcliffe, in round 4 of the Host Plus Cup competition. The match is expected to be a tough one, considering both teams assemble their best sides.
Assistant coach for PNG Hunters, Wes Atenza, said Hunters are ready and want to keep the winning run when they take on the Dolphins tomorrow. He said the team had a strong outing against Western Clydesdales last weekend in Toowoomba, recording their first win of the season. He noted that the team showed good attack and defense and controlled the match from the start to finish. He expects the team to approach the Dolphins with the same mentality.
We really need the win to, kickstart our season, and the win helps us a lot.
plenty of, it's a win for us, but we still need a lot of work to be done. The coaching staff and the staff, we, go through the footage again and see what we really need to improve on, and we done that during the weeks.
The coaching staff have decided to go with the same team that got the job done last weekend. There is only one change to the side. Winger Miles Banham is out through injury, making way for the fellow young gun Carlos Lung.
Yeah, Carlos, he's been really good for us during the preseason. Leading up, he's an exciting talent for us. He'll be okay. He's been around the team with the boys, and he's a pretty good team player for us. And we know he'll step up to the occasion.
Lung had an awesome season with the Lace Tigers and was again impressive during the preseason training. The youngster deserves this chance. The PNG Hunters and Dolphins have an impressive record between them with tough contests, and they will know defend tomorrow.
It'll be a challenge for us. We haven't, win up there at Red Cliff, so a big task for us ahead. We'll just stick on our thing that we usually do every week.
They had met 20 times before in the last few seasons. The Dolphins have won 12 of those matches and PNG 7 with one draw. They last met in week 1 of the finals in 2025, where the Dolphins eliminated the Hunters 32 points to 12. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
The third edition of the Zionsville Rugby League Nines tournament kicked off on a high note today at the Connie Tigers Oval, showcasing a promising start to the event that has drawn a record 52 teams from across the city, including representatives from Motu Koita and Central Province.
Uni Young Guns were among the standout performers in day 1 of the Zionsville Rugby League Nines tournament. This team comprises young talents from the PNG University community. The Young Guns feature a diverse mix of players, primarily hailing from the National Capital District, Central, Southern Highlands, Anga and Eastern Highlands. Team spokesman Arturo Kila shared that the team was established in 2022 in memory of his late brother, and the players are committed to keeping the club alive to honor his legacy.
Our team was established in 2022 by my small brother, late Joel Kila. So we continue to go ahead with his legacy. This is his team, he started it, so we moving forward to take this team to the next level.
Kila emphasized the importance of participating in such off-season tournaments, stating that it keeps the players engaged and allow them to showcase their skills and passion for the game.
Our team players, they are not only from one province, but they are mixed. Central, Aruma boys, some are Hula side, some are also from Milin Bay, some also from Goroka, South, Anga. There's a lot. Medellin. So they love the passion of rugby, and they came together to play.
He also expressed gratitude to Zionsville Christian School and the tournament organizers for providing young athletes with a platform to expose their talents. The Uni Young Guns kicked off their campaign with an impressive victory in their first match today, providing a significant boost in confidence as they aim to advance deeper into the tournament and contend for the cup finals.
Yes, I think for myself, I think this Nines tournament is a good tournament that our players can showcase their skills and talent, and get selected to other major clubs and teams around here in Port Moresby. All our players, they take part in the rugby union. Some also we are league here, the Moresby Northwest League. Some also they take part in other tournaments also like JT9s.
With a spirited display of talent and determination, the Uni Young Guns are poised to make their mark in this year's tournament, inspired by the legacy of their founding member.
Yes, thank you.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And finally, one of PNG's off-season basketball tournament, the National Souths Basketball League, is set to return in May 2026. The renowned annual tournament will be staged at the Tarama Aquatic Centre in Port Moresby from May 7th to the 10th.
The National Souths Basketball League, or NSBL, is expected to display another epic basketball action when the tournament returns in May. The tournament has provided a platform for many national players to compete. This season will be no different. The tournament has been running for the past 19 years and is one of the biggest National Basketball Federation sanctioned tournaments in Papua New Guinea, sponsored by Petroleum Resource Kutubu as the naming rights sponsor. With planning well underway, the NSBL Organizing Committee, under President Silas Niki, is confident of delivering a successful tournament that not only promotes basketball but also empowers young people. Niki and his executives also announced 2 additional tournaments to follow the NSBL event, which is Clash of the Champions in Lae and the Southern Highlands Provincial Tournament at Lae Kutubu. The Clash of the Champions will feature premiership winning teams from the past 19 years, both male and female, competing in a special 20th anniversary face-off in Lae. Meanwhile, the Southern Highlands Province Tournament will bring together teams from all 6 districts in the province, including the newly created Medi Central Electorate. As preparations continue, organizers are calling on teams to register early. Registration fees have been set at 1,000 kina for both male and female divisions. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
And that's all we have in news and sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy at times with possible showers. Alotau, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Momase, Lae, becoming cloudy tonight with possible few rain showers. Medang, partly cloudy with chances of few showers, and Wewak, cloudy at times with few showers. New Guinea Islands, Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy at times with possible showers tonight. Kimbe, partly cloudy with possible showers. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, cloudy at times with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy at times with rain showers. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea, sea smooth to slight with southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea smooth with southeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth with northwest winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea smooth to slight with northwest to west winds of 5 to 10 knots. And coastal waters. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, Kerma, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Island, and waters of Finchafen through VTS Strait to Siasi and Long Island to Medang. Seas 0.5 to 1 meter, rising to 1.3 meters. And waters of New Island and Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by